I stepped off the ferry in Bellingham and found myself in a new land. I came from Alaska, a landscape of rock and ice, and now found myself enveloped in a wet, green rainforest. I felt great getting back on the bike, and my legs remembered the routine of long days and long miles. But now the high elevation and mountain climbs were behind me. From here, I charted a course to go west, where I'd find the coast and follow it for the next 1,500 miles. I had a renewed energy, and the road felt smooth under my wheel. There was still a long way to go, but I began counting down the miles to San Diego. But first, I had to make my way through the coastal landscape and bucolic farms of Whidbey Island. I hustled to Fort Casey just in time to catch another ferry for the 20-minute ride across the Sound to Port Townsend. I don't eat lavish meals on the road, but the access to grocery stores and services in Washington was a welcome luxury compared to the sparse and desolate landscape of Alaska. As I rode south on 101, a road I would roughly follow for the remainder of my trip, the meadows of wildflowers became giant trees. They leave me in awe every time. My second morning in Washington started under a blanket of fog, and I shared the road with logging trucks. By midday, the fog layer burned off, leaving me with blue skies for the rest of the day. I crossed a few small towns and continued my route through Washington. At night, I stayed in campgrounds, and after dinner, I would often take a short hike on the trail to wind down. Moving through the world on a bicycle at 14 miles per hour may seem slow, but sometimes it's nice to really slow it down and take it all in. The next morning, before breakfast, I crossed the Columbia River, said goodbye to Washington, and pedaled into Oregon. If you'd like to learn more about my adventure, see more of my art, and get the full story, head to drawnthere.com to order a copy of my book, The Art of Bikepacking.